So at 89 and 64, basically, you'd be looking at
153.
yeah, 153 for 2 graders.
So it'd be 153 instead of the 133 I had figured on here, and it's
Right. And we had talked about doing 3 for 2, you know, to get that number down. The only problem is then that leaves you one
Down.
One down. I can tell you that availability of equipment is not probably
Right.
gonna get any better in '23. We just came from Tucson this last week, at spring training. I think it will start to let loose I'm sorry for next year, but, as we get new machines in, just like you guys, you know, have purchased too, we're gonna have more trades. And a majority of these are gonna be with counties. So if that's something we wanna do, is to move forward trading that third one, I will put a need to locate out, and if we can get a good used county machine, that we know the history of, and the maintenance intervals, I told Steve we would definitely get one marked so we can be able to trade that other older unit out that has more hours on it.
yeah, in the end, I'd still like to keep us at 10 graders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of information.
Those 12Ms aren't the one that are underpowered and heat up, are they?
No,
Okay.
those are
The 12.
120s.
Well, 12 M2s, you have 2 of them. right?
We do.
You guys want copies of those with the,
Sure. What motors do the 12Ms have?
9.3 cubic inch. Anything on from a Series 2 up has a 9.3 in it. That's what your new 140's got,
Okay.
9.3s.
I think it's a, yeah, those
If you just have to, I'm fine with that one.
are- okay. There's 2 for you.
Okay. And I apologize, Doug, on the 153, the price increase, is that including the price for the ripper and the lift? That's why the difference is higher on both machines.
Two new graders.
We've got these. What are you gonna get out of them? You know, you never know.
You guys understand, we're providing you multiple options, and you decide what is best for you.
Well, that's a good thing
We'll
that we
work
have
with you
Steve here.
accordingly.
He could decipher it
Once
all
again,
out.
what's the warranty on the rebuild ones?
I would say we'd put a 5-year, 6,000 hour power, it'll be a powertrain warranty.
Okay, so that'll cover transmission, but not a hydraulic pump or?
No.
Differentials?
We can't
or-
put a hydraulic on because we're not going through every single thing. It's not feasible to go do that. Just the powertrain, that'd be all the powertrain, engine, tranny, diff, final drive spindles, all of that. Radiator, because that's part of the, and everything accompanied with that. For a county, I would definitely go a 5-year, 6,000 hour to get you out 5 years. That's what we did with them pictures there. That's a before and after. I don't know if I told you that, the second one. They painted theirs.
And what, is there a 1-year warranty on the trade units, if we were to go that route?
There's
warranty?
currently warning left on those, till November.
Just powertrain, is that what it is?
Powertrain and hydraulics.
Yeah.
And on the other one, I don't think I touched on that. That one goes out in February of '23.
So limited.
One was November, one would be in February.
That would be a powertrain and hydraulic on them.
Right.
And you can extend that up to 10,000 hours or 10 or 12 years old, something like that. If you want.
I currently have a hold on those 2 units because I knew they were gonna go fast, so once we decide that we'll, like I said, they're currently in the shop right now, so they're doing the repairs from what was noted on the inspection when they were traded for.
So the rebuild on the, like the 102 and the 101, that's kind of an estimate of 340,000.
Yes, if you would just, is that 160,
170.
170 times 2? Okay, yeah, that would be, you might be able to do a little more than just, that'd probably be no paint. But it'd probably be re-decaled and what have you. That paint's expensive.
I kinda like the rebuild side of it, cause you're saying we ought to go another 10,000 hours.
If you're gonna, you wanna run it another life
If we like,
cycle.
do
If
the-
you don't
Do
do
the
it,
guys like the
period.
140s?
There's some that do, and some prefer the.
But
with
the rebuild could be
joystick.
up to 190,000.
There's just a
We
difference.
Could,
on the-
depending if you wanted to add some.
The
And I could
148, the current
inspect
ones
them
we
and
have,
give you
they're
the
steering
repairs
wheel,
that are
and then
possible, and then you could decide.
12
These
oil,
are- these
we'll get
are
all
all
stuff.
steering?
Right.
Okay, the joystick, yes, I believe so, all those H's. Have the steering on them. I think most of our-
We're looking at 8,900 hours and look what we're gonna do, and we got 12,000, 11,000 hours on the others.
Yeah, that's something, these have probably run good for you, haven't they? These other
8,900
three?
on.
But they're getting to
The
the
one we're
point
gonna
where
have to
they
do the
start,
work.
they're gonna start
The lowest.
having more problems.
It's the lowest
They're
hour
getting that
machine, the
Oh.
others are 10 and 12,000, or 11 and 12,000 hours.
Right.
Yeah, that part of it,
Are we gonna be
Didn't work
doing
out
this,
well.
the same thing on these other 3 that we're gonna be doing on this one?
Well, and while they're in warranty, I mean, we would keep up on them to make for sure that if there's any problems, we would get them repaired.
No, he's talking about these other 3 here.
Right, I'm
H's.
just talking about if we would purchase, right?
There's multiple different scenarios. You can look at trading them, you can look at fixing this one cheap and maybe moving off some of the other ones and trading. You can do rebuilds. I'm not gonna beat around the bush, it's a tough decision.
You probably have thoughts too, Dave.
What's that?
You probably have thoughts too.
Well, no doubt cheapest way is at 15,000. I'm comfortable with Cat putting in the pinion and be able to do that. All right, Cat's the only one that I know of that you can actually buy a pinion separate from. a
They don't
reed.
come as a gear set. You
Can
can
you?
buy just a pinion or just a rig gear. But normally, if you go in and repair them, and that's on the bigger quote, I quoted putting both of them in there because then they'll wear. You could, if you put the pinion in, you could have a little howl. So you can only adjust so much out in the wear pattern, but I don't, you guys actually have more experience on that than I do, so.
And I don't know if that was one of the
Worst
options,
case scenario.
but you could also do a combination of, where, you know, we trade for the one in the shop and get you one of these, 12 Ms, and you
But there's no
rebuild one.
guarantee you're gonna have
I mean,
a
we can,
powertrain issue,
we
you
can,
know what I'm saying?
we're
Do
here to
whatever.
work for you guys, so
Yeah.
if you guys wanna mix and match, if you want both of these trade units, if you wanna rebuild, that's, we wanna
What's
do-
best for the county?
Yeah, we
But we're providing
present you with all the
That may be
options.
the best way to do it, I'm not sure.
Now, on the rebuilds, just so make you aware, they are booked till April or May already. We did 51 rebuilds last year in Foley equipment, which is the most we've ever did. But we can plan that out accordingly. I didn't say that earlier, but I need to make you aware of it.
How long does it take to do a rebuild?
About 8 weeks. There's a lot of hours in it. Roughly 8 weeks, so. 7 to 8, depending how much extra is put on it, or paint.
what were your thoughts on it, Brett?
I'm just punching a whole bunch of different numbers, trying to find what, anything with above 5,000 hours, you don't know, and that's So I'm just trying to weigh it all out, I'm sorry.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's just on the rebuild side, so you know that information, I would inspect them with another guy. It would go to them, it's about a 2-3 week process till we bring a number back to you.
Okay.
So we wanna have it right for you and for Foley.
Yeah. For all parties.
All right. So the worst case scenario, if we have a certified rebuild on the 140H and there's a powertrain, is up to 190,000, correct?
Could be, we
So-
could be back from that.
But if we wanted to buy one of the 12Ms, say the one that has less hours at 5,900, we'd be looking at 120,000. So if we were to plug in 190 plus the 120, it'd be 280, right? Or wait, no.
Oh, wait,
No.
190. And what was the other one, 190 and?
120,
120.
310.
So,
Here in town.
but we also have a trade-in value on that 120, or is that with the trade-in? If we did one, where we traded it for the 12M?
Right, the trade on that one is, I'm sorry, I thought I gave you that.
You may have, I've got too many numbers on my sheet, sorry.
Yeah,
The current trade I have on that one is 65. So it gets it down to 63 on the purchase.
Okay.
And keep in mind, that's trading, unit 100. If you're wanting to trade the one in the shop, that number is a little bit different.
Okay, what,
Because of the repairs we have to do to that one, that
Right,
one was
right.
41,600. Because we're gonna put the 30 grand back in for the repairs.
right.
And that's why I'm, as a fifth option,
excuse me.
if you guys wanted to get rid of that headache, we could trade one and rebuild one. That would be a fifth option. And, I mean, I don't know if that's what Steve is thinking too,
I think
Or if you-
everything's on the table right now.
or. Right, I was just thought about that as we were talking, I guess.
I'm kinda leaning for number 4.
It's number 4.
Down here, certified rebuild on
Rebuild.
102.
102,
and
101.
Rebuild 2 of those machines. Trade in.
100.
Trade in the one at 40, well, of course you don't have that on there, but trade it in at 41,600,
Oh, okay. I see
I
what
think that comes up to 268.40 if
Yeah.
I'm following.
but 12M,
And you're saying rebuild the other two?
yeah.
We'll do a rebuild on.
Rebuild on
So now we
one.
have option 6.
Yeah,
Way to go, Roger.
but I mean, rebuild 102 and 101, trade in 10, no, we wouldn't.
No,
No, if we're gonna
Okay,
trade
we're
the
gonna-
one in the shop, that's 102.
Yeah.
102 is the one in the shop.
okay, so the 102 would be $78,400 difference if we wanted to buy one of the 12Ms and trade the one that's in the shop, correct?
We ought to trade in
Correct.
100.
Okay, and if we have a certified rebuild on the other one, it's gonna be, the max out of pocket would be 190,000, correct?
That's what.
So that would come up to 268.40, or 268,400, sorry. I'm just trying to punch all this out. That's what I would do if it was me doing it.
Now I wanna make sure you have the right numbers.
Okay,
So if we're gonna go back to the lower hour one, on the 12M. It would be, cause what I have is trading a different unit, so that one would be,
And you're talking about a trading 102, right?
that's the one that's in the shop.
Right.
and you probably had that, 86, I think you did say that.
Probably.
Yep, 86.9.
86.9, I had 78.400. Let me punch it in the other way then.
Excuse me.
80, 6,900, correct?
Right.
Oh, wait. 276, no, 276, 900, is that correct? I believe that should be.
You're figuring that
Hurry up, I
off
wanna go to volleyball.
I know. Basketball.
Oh, basketball.
of, already?
Yeah, we gotta go through the Alma, is it? Almena.
North.
Oh,
Northern Valley?
yeah, that's quite a drive then.
Yeah.
That's a long ways.
Okay, we'll table the rest of the meeting.
276.9.
Yep, that is correct.
276.9?
Yeah, that would be getting a certified rebuild on one, and the one that they have trading for the, one of the 12Ms that they have. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, sell the one that's in there, trade the one that's in the shop
Yeah,
and rebuild.
What do you think? We'd have a certified rebuild.
I have to go with what you guys do because I don't know anything about these.
Well, it's, anything used, especially in machinery,
Yeah.
is a
Yeah, I
is a
understand that
crapshoot.
part,
I mean,
yeah.
you're just,
I could understand all that part, but by the same token, you know a lot better about it than I do.
you got a lot more bumps up here too because of it.
So you're talking about rebuilding 100 or 101?
I think it was rebuild 100,
It's whichever one.
whichever one.
Well,
It-
it probably makes sense to do the one that's there, wouldn't it? No, you trade
So we'd
that.
be trading
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we're,
You could,
Trade the
it
one
doesn't
shop.
matter, just if you decided that.
And
just
the
do what you-
190 is worst case scenario. That's if we need to do a certified cat rebuild on the drivetrain.
That's if
I mean-
you added a bunch of stuff and we could start with the powertrain and then you could see how much you wanted to add.
What are your thoughts?
I don't know, I'm too old to think this hard.
Kinda agree with
I don't really feel like that, Roger.
Oh, I thought you were saying, no, Roger, you're too old to think.
Are you trying to say I got nothing to look forward to? I already feel that way.
Yeah, okay, you're in trouble, buddy. I guess I just need to know what you guys' thoughts are. You're the ones running them, you don't run them, you got guys that run them, do they want
one thing
machines
I'm,
back, or do they want these joystick machines?
one reason I'm looking at trying to trade for the two 12M2s and get rid of probably the one that's in the shop and then one of the other units, either probably 100, unit 100, is then we're trying to spread out maybe a little bit too on having a whole bunch of 140Hs that are getting well aged
All the same hours.
and, right, and coming up all at once. And granted, now, we do look at the rebuild, you're getting a warranty with that and you're getting, another 8,000 to 10,000 hours. That's, roughly what you might expect, I would assume on that. So there's
These
advantage to that.
These
I can see
12Ms
that.
have joysticks.
Yes.
Are our operators gonna wanna run them?
I believe most of our operators run them.
Will run 'em.
We've got a couple, I'm sure, that would prefer a steering wheel as opposed to the joystick, but I think most of our operators are either running or used to running the sticks. And I've heard that Dave might differ on that, but once you've gotten used to running the joystick, that's the preferred unit that you'd wanna operate.
Just a new
I'm not
way.
speaking for everybody, but that's
It's just a
kind of
new way, everybody's going that
trend.
way.
Dave's steering wheel reliant, aren't
Well, I still like the old H's, but
you? Right.
nevertheless, I would either spend 15,000 to get the 102 repaired or do the certified rebuild on it. And if you still want to trade, that is a pretty reasonable amount for a trade with one of the other machines. But you're basically losing some money. It looks like you're losing about $7,000 if you trade for the one that's already in the shop.
We've got $35,000 in repairs that we have to do to it to resell it. So you know, what I tell people is, if you guys wanna sell them, you can sell them as is, where is. We can't do that. So from seat belts to mirrors to, any of the glass, anything that's, any leaks, we have to fix all that before we resell it. You know, some people say, well, I can get a higher trade or a higher number if I sell it on my own. And I know that you can. In this market, I know that you can. I mean, we can consign it
take the
and sell it
time to
at
do it.
that requested number for you, and that's not a problem either, because then it never hits a fully ownership. But as a cat dealer, we're required to make all those repairs before we resell it.
You have a hold on these 12Ms.
I've got a hold on them right now. And like I said, they got them in, the guy that traded for them got them, brought them in 2 weeks ago, or whenever we started talking, and they're getting ready to go through the shop. Both of them are right now.
I guess my question on the 148 is there one other than the one that's down that you are scared of or had
I think
problems?
unit 100 would be the one that, my understanding, that would be,
Okay, I'd say it's all balanced.
okay.
Yeah, I
No,
don't-
there's
you guys are
one
around them all
outstanding.
day, every day, so.
That's my understanding, is unit 100.
Other than, 102, but you'd have to.
Right,
put
the
15
current
in
one
a
that's
minimum
in
to
the
get
shop.
it running.
Well, it sounds like we're gonna need to make a decision on if we're gonna have a 12M or not. They're on hold. I don't know how long on hold means.
Probably after today.
Yeah, I mean, once we say we're coming to a commissioner meeting, then after that, they're
Free.
free
Sounds like
reign
a
for
salesman to me.
the 28 of them. No, and I'm not saying that they, no, I'll be honest. I'm not saying they wouldn't sit there for 2 more weeks.
Right.
I did have a guy from Kansas City call me and wanted to know when I was coming to the meeting, so I don't know if he's watching them or not. He probably wouldn't have called if he.
Well, we got a little leeway, it's not gonna be put on for a few hours.
Make
Yeah,
a
exactly.
call. You know the budget, you know what you think you need up there.
I would say trade unit 102 for a 12M2. Basically go with option 1. That's, because we're talking a difference, I think, of 153,000 in the end, if I did that right, instead of the 133. The difference between
63,
trading unit 102 and 100.
63 and 89. Now you're gonna make me use my math skills.
Then we're gonna be
Three.
gaining the two 12M2s with 6,000 hours. They're 7 years newer than a couple of the H's. And then probably in another 2 to 3, 4 years, we'll want to keep an eye on the other 2 units, and we'll probably need to be phasing those out too. Unit 106 can be run as a spare, as a backup, and 101 as well. Which means they should get fewer hours. They're still gonna get hours on them. Usually it's around 400 hours, give or take a little bit, on the backup graders. The downside is, and I'll admit that, is there's not much warranty with the 12M2s.
And we can add that.
I get that, but, yeah, well,
Once they go out, then we can,
Once they're close to going out, if you wanna add
we
it,
can renew that.
we just gotta get a price on it.
And we won't know that until
you have
then.
no idea what that would be.
On them high hour graders, it's gonna be, depending how far you go out, between 20 and 30,000.
Per grader? Oh, okay, I wasn't,
That's if you go out another
If you go out
4,000 hours,
Yeah.
what have you. That's an estimate of what I've seen in the past when I've.
I will tell you that our warranty numbers came down this year. So what we had from before, they did,
That's strictly an estimate, so until you get to that point, you wouldn't know. I just know when they get over that 5,000 and 6,000, then the price starts going up warranty just because of, it's got
and
more
that's why,
hours.
like your new ones, we put 5-year, 6,000 hours on there.
and I'll just add, and a close second would be, and not what's on here, would be just to repair unit 102 as is, and continue running it, and then continue shopping for trading out some of our older graders as we proceed forward and keep an eye out, or, you know, put a watch out for units that come in and trade as we go to try and address the high hours that are going on the 140Hs, the other ones. 100,
At some
101,
point, you either
106.
wanna either move them out or rebuild them. And, you gotta be aware, if you got them here, that doesn't mean something major can't go wrong with the hours on them, so. So that doesn't catch you by surprise.
You look at those, number one.
Don't know.
Well, we could do the repairs on it.
Just do the minor repairs, the low end.
On the low end, and if we need a little more time to think on it, it'd probably mean that 12Ms might be gone, but they're,
Well, and I was just
gonna-
thinking, I already figured one of those on that trade. If you wanna do the repairs on that one, then we could trade the other two.
but that'd mean going down to 9 graders, is what you're saying. Trade 2 for 1.
I'm sorry, no, I was thinking doing the repairs on the one in the shop
Okay,
and then trading for 101, or 100 and 101.
Or
So then
two,
you
for
would-
2 graders.
Right.
oh, 2 graders for
Yeah,
the 2
trade these
12M2s.
two, the higher hour ones, and go ahead and fix the one in the shop, which is what you were
That's
thinking.
kinda what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Okay,
Okay.
well, that's true. That's
So say-
shoot, Roger, now we're
Do a
at option 8.
certified
Sorry about
rebuild.
that, Roger.
We don't have to spend the $30,000 or $40,000 on the warranty because we have a 6-year warranty.
If we don't hurry up, we're gonna be around the volleyball season.
Right. I guess if I was looking at it to do it, I'd do the 12M where you trade in 102 and you'd have a difference of 86,900. Possibly look at a warranty if it's, or an extended warranty at 30 to 40,000, and then do the certified rebuild on 102 with a max of 190,000. That comes out to 276,000, then you'd have to add the warranty if you wanted to add a warranty on 12M. That gives you 2 machines, gives you one 12M, and it gives you a recertified machine with a 6,000 hour warranty. That's,
Take a look at that.
yeah, you may not be able to read my stuff, I'm sorry.
There was a lot there.
Yeah.
You're talking about trading 102 and rebuilding 100.
That's the option that looks the best to me, but it's ultimately his choice, Steve's.
For your, I apologize, I'm gonna write that down, Brett. So rebuild.
Okay.
10,
So if we,
It's a lot.
102's in the shop right now.
Yep,
And they were gonna give us a trade value of 41,600, so I took that minus the 120, which I came up with 86,900.
so trade that.
Right.
That's in the shop.
And then the 102 with a certified rebuild with a max,
100,
okay, it's 100, I'm sorry.
and 102's in the shop.
Yeah. Okay, with a certified rebuild with a max out of pocket of 190,000, but we get a 6,000 hour warranty. That just seems to me like probably the best
And that was
way to-
on unit 100 you're talking about?
Yeah, unless you have a different one you wanted to do.
Okay, so just-
And then
yeah.
possibly look at an extended warranty once we find out where it's gonna be as far as the 30 to 40,000, because then you protect yourself down the road.
On the used unit.
That's what I think, because as we learned, if we have pretty much anything go wrong, it's pretty much around $30,000 to $40,000 to fix it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's about the way it is
That's-
anymore.
And that
I
total,
looked-
and
I
that
looked
came
at-
to 276,900 roughly?
Yeah.
That-
That's what I got.
And so I just looked at it as what I would do if it was me. You guys can sure rebuild my excavator if you want to.
How old is it?
Oh, you'd look the other way.
that's the one I went and looked at that day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They rebuild us.
If you,
Bigger ones.
So,
I'm just throwing this number out too, if you,
So the 276, sorry, the
You're-
276 with the possibility of doing a warranty of, well, like they were saying.
oh, okay, so that
So
would,
then
that would bump that
that
up.
would protect us in the long run. That's what I would do if it was me personally.
So we'd have to add that possible extended warranty onto the 276,900.
When that,
So that could-
whether it's a November one or next spring.
And what were you saying? I'm sorry.
And that,
if you rebuild 102 that's in the shop, you're looking at 190 roughly.
give or take, yeah.
If we take the other two on trade, on the two units we have on hold, you're looking at 135 and change.
So that'd be
What I did-
60 more?
What I had to do was refigure what the trades were, because I was taking the one that was in the shop, right?
Okay.
So what I did was added these two units and the two older units and rebuilding that one. So you'd be looking at 135 and change, and then the 190.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because while we have it in the shop, we might as well, that would replace those two right away and rebuild the one that's in there.
So you're saying the 135 is the two trade values?
So that comes out to 325.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were at,
276, 900, but if you added a warranty,
30, it's gonna be 306,900.
yeah, 30, either that or if it's 40,000, of course, yeah. So Steve, what do you want to do?
I like your idea, Brett, actually, because I like the idea of getting the warranty if that's possible.
It's protection. What do you think, Roger?
I don't
He's ready to
trust
go
anything
volleyball.
that you say.
I know, my ears are smoking. I'm gonna have a meltdown.
Basketball.
I like having.
it'll be a short drive, Roger.
See, I like having a game because when you yell at the refs, you get all that.
Get that, get that out.
It is a long way for you guys to go out there.
It's a nice little town, though.
An hour more than Valley.
Yeah, but
So the max you'd look at is 316, 900 is the way I've got it. And that is if the powertrain has to be done. If the powertrain doesn't have to be done, we're gonna drop down to 160, 165. So that'd change that number. Instead of going up, the best news is it's gonna go down if need be. So, I don't know. I wheel and deal all the time, so.
Oh, you want
just
to make
take it
that
from-
into a motion?
I wanna know what you
So-
think before I make a
Well,
motion, or what Steve
I'm
thinks.
going-
Just to clarify, we're talking about trading 102
For a 12M,
for 12M.
and the difference would be 86,900. Is that correct, Doug? It should be.
I think that's the one I gave you.
With the likelihood of getting the
Extended
warranty.
warranty, right. At the additional cost of 30 to 40,000.
Okay, and then do a certified rebuild
On
on
100.
either unit 100 or 101.
Right, with a max out of pocket of 190,000, but you get a 6,000 hour warranty, am I
5
correct?
years, 6,000.
Okay, so that, and then, yeah.
So then
That's
we have
what I-
both machines then have a warranty on them
Right, that's what I would do if it was me.
and should be good for probably 8 years before we're
Yeah.
looking at,
So you've got a 6,000 hour,
Decision time on
whatever
those.
we buy.
And, back to that, when we start getting these trades, if we get a lower hour one, I can get a hold on it, and we can get that other one traded out.
down the road.
Right.
My ears are smoking now.
well, you'll wanna do the certified either on the 101 or the 106, won't you?
That's up to him, not me.
Right, it could be any one of those three.
Why wouldn't you? stay with
106, I think is, I hate to jinx it, but I think it's a good unit. 100 and 101 would probably be the two we'd be
it? Yeah,
looking
well,
at,
you're a year newer.
or maybe 101. But we can,
It's only 500 hours difference.
And we've got one of the brand new graders that we purchased, right?
No, we brought the
Yeah,
second, we brought the
they're- okay,
second one
good.
2 weeks ago.
Good.
we have both.
You want to do that then?
I would, yeah, I would recommend going with what Brett was
Okay, he's down for
suggesting.
So that would be 276, 900, and wait for the warranty, which could be up to 40,000, but you get.
I don't think you'd be over 30 probably, for sure.
Okay, then you're looking.
20 to 30.
We'll say 30, you're looking at 306.90, 900, sorry.
Yeah, that's an estimate. And then if you decided to do the rebuild, you'd have a
Brent,
firm
I'm
number
sorry, I'm
after
gonna
that.
back up, but, and just to clarify, we were talking about not doing the certified rebuild on 102? That's the
Yeah,
one in the
doing-
shop,
Yeah, doing that as a trade.
doing that as a trade, okay.
So our trade-in value was 41,600, so I subtracted that from the 120. No, that wouldn't be right. What the heck?
You knew
The only
you-
reason I ask is that that unit does have fewer hours, and if we were gonna do a rebuild, would we
It'd be less
be
money
better off
total.
doing that one? It's
Probably.
already down there, and then trade on one of the other units. Sorry. Muddy in the waters.
Came up with 78,400 at that time. But I like the number if it's going down.
So what was the trade value on the
The 102.
100?
Oh, it says 64,900.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I would
Rebuild the
flip that
lower.
around and
Rebuild the
rebuild
102
102.
and get rid of 100. Is that what you were saying
If
too?
you're
I
gonna do
think-
certified rebuild, I did it on 102. That's your lowest
Yeah,
power one.
yeah,
Because it's not,
And you gotta put 15,000 on minimum anyway.
right.
and it
That's what
doesn't
I'm-
matter because we're rebuilding it anyway.
Yep.
That should lower your money, actually.
Yeah, that would
If I've
help.
got it figured right.
65.
You came up with
I don't know where the
65?
new.
No,
I was
I'm
gonna say.
talking to myself. The one at Bird is which one?
102 is the one down at Colby. And then the one at Bird City is 101.
101.
Currently, yeah, 101 and
100
106.
in St. Francis.
101 is what I have, 06.
So if they traded in the 100, what would the difference be?
That could be either one.
That's essentially what
Yeah,
you
we
need,
could do either
right?
one.
So now you're talking rebuilding the 102.
Yes, because it's already
Complete
down,
rebuild.
it's,
The powertrain
It's
would be
got the less
gone.
hours.
right.
And you'd be going through the whole powertrain anyway, so we wouldn't do nothing except make it so it would be hauled to the facility. So, and it's down already, so. That makes sense to me if you're gonna do what you're talking is rebuild 102 and trade your higher hour machine off, cause your dollars are gonna
12M.
come down a little, whatever the difference is. And then you're already, the machine's down, so when could get it
With that.
figured out and worked in the schedule accordingly. You wouldn't be
Well, that
out
would
of
have been
another
what,
one.
that's right, that would have been 101.
I'm with you.
Yeah, that makes sense
Which one are you
to,
talking about?
This one.
because we're gonna rebuild it
Bird
anyway,
City.
so whether it's got a pinion out
That's
or
the one I
not,
had
that's all
figured on
gonna
the
get
trade, so
fixed.
That would be a correct number then.
Okay.
Then you'd save that's probably your newest machine then, lowest hour age, I should say, but.
It's a newer one,
Yeah.
2007.
It's the lowest hours, but they're all, three of them are 2000s.
Okay,
Three of them are the 2007s.
okay.
Yeah.
And you'd be trading your older one off then, yeah, okay.
Is that 100 that you're talking about now?
Correct.
Okay.
And that's Doug to give us the difference on that, I guess, or what that-
You're showing me 101 working.
I'm showing the 41 on the trade, so that's the one, what's 102 that we have in the
Oh,
shop.
102.
Yeah, you just have to take your 64.9 off that, don't you, instead?
78,400, right? Should be.
I'm good with the way you're thinking there.
Yeah, I'll refigure.
He's
it
sweating.
so we can get them
A lot of thinking.
backwards.
Okay.
I've got one in the higher hour unit, trading the
Called
one in the
passing the
shop.
buck a little.
And I've got the one in the lower hour unit, so I need to swap
So we're
those.
gonna rebuild
Okay.
102, trade in 100
That's what it sounds like.
for a 12M.
Right. And then we'll get an extended warranty. He's saying maybe it's not gonna be more than 30.
The ones I figured have been in the 20 to 30,000 range, so it's just a matter how far they, because they can only go up to 10,000 hours, so roughly have, was that 4,000 or 5,000 more hours?
Just so long as those numbers don't go up.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna be the case. Okay. And I know the rebuild, we can definitely keep it at 190 or below. That's not a problem.
It's 64 and that's where we're at.
What is that company, CarQuest?
There's-
Maybe we can call them and see if
It's the
they'll.
07, which would be the one.
Carvana, tractor van.
See if they'll.
Greater Vanna?
Yeah, see if they'll
Talking
give us
trade
a
in
warranty.
100.
What's that?
Right. We're talking about trading 100.
Or
Okay,
12M,
I'll
yeah.
switch that then, okay.
Yep.
And those have warranty through November of this next year, right?
One's November and one's
One was November and the other one was
February.
February.
And you think they're doing the extended warranty, is that correct?
The one you'd be
Sounds
purchasing
like
it through
And you can
February.
either, you can add it right now, or you can
The
do
one-
it when it comes due.
I'd say I'd look at it when it comes due.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just get a quote when it comes, right before it comes due, and then,
Because we don't have extended warranty on the 12M2s right now that we have, and not having any problem.
right, and you could add that,
And you
if
can
you
always
want. You
add
can
it.
always add it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think,
Tell us what you've got, Steve, and we'll.
Okay, unit 100, trade for a 12M2, preferably the one that has a warranty that
Till
ends in February.
Okay. Is that the?
And add extended warranty at that
5900
time.
or- It'd probably be the 5900 hour one then?
Right. Okay. 14 model.
Okay, sorry, Steve.
Okay. And then add extended warranty at that time when it expires, or sets to expire. And then on unit 102, the one that's in Colby, do the certified rebuild on that for an estimated, I think,
190 or less is what you guys were saying.
$190,000.
And I will get an inspection started and start that whole process. And
What's
tell
your
my
total
boss
number
to
on that? What
put
did
a
you get?
spot in,
Oh, I
so
don't
it's
have
in
it.
there.
Total, because that's gonna depend on our final trade value, right? You're looking for a total,
well, we could say up to,
The one with 12,000 hours is the one I have on here. At 12,048.
doing the trade? Oh, okay,
So we got that correct.
okay, and that's,
So how much is that, the difference?
what's the, 63?
63,
479.
479.30.
483.
And I'll waive the 30 cents if he does.
Okay,
thank
so
you.
that's off of the 120,000.
Brett, you're supposed to know.
Yeah, it should be around 253 roughly.
I'll subtract 30 cents in the end, so that just, I won't worry about it now, but thank you.
That's 56, 521. And then plus the 190. It's 246, 521.
Well, no, this is the number you want. The trade's already figured on that. Here's the trade number.
63, 480 or whatever he had.
479.
So you gotta do a little more inspection.
Okay.
Yes,
before
I
you
know
do
what
it.
you mean.
Very-
These
so
are
they don't need
65,
65 is what I'm
580.
agreeing to do.
I'll bring a
I'm sorry,
price
that's
back.
what you were.
This is
Yeah,
what
that's
we
what I was
do,
wanting, so
with
that's.
this grease on for them.
65 what?
Makes
We'll,
sense.
we'll just make.
65,
65,058 is what I'm gonna give you for the trade.
Easy to work with.
On unit
They can
100.
pick what they- The powertrain will be roughly
That's gonna
160,
change.
155. so
And we
they
base
can
it
pick
subtracting
anything
from 120,
if they
correct?
want.
Correct.
So,
Okay.
it's about 253, ain't it, roughly, give or take?
Plus
Yeah, that's kind of what I.
Well, there's 128 total on that one.
128. Oh, I thought it was 120.
No, it was 128. This one was I know we're going back and forth.
No, I have different numbers, so you guys figure.
Hang on.
62,942.
That's what I have right here.
So I'll probably start on
Yeah,
that.
mine is 63,
For sure this next couple days. Get one right.
I'll double check that. Mess some things up. That was 537.
Is that the number?
Well, as far as I understand it, it is.
What did you come up with?
252,942.
That's about where I'm at. Give or take.
That's not with the warranty, of course.
No, we can look at that point and we can
Right.
decide if you want to do it. I can give you a quote. If you decide you want to, you just say yes. And if you don't,
253,
it's fine.
479.
Yeah, within a couple of dollars, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I have.
And then at a later date, extended warranty of approximately 30,000.
Well, you could do that later when you get.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it
you can
now.
do that next year.
We'll probably start figuring them, because they'll refigure warranty dates after the first of the year.
Oh, I see what I did.
So-
I'm saying for a motion. then.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because we don't have any idea what the cost is.
We'll put it on our
I mean,
calendar
for
to make
sure.
sure we come in January with another
Okay,
warranty quote.
so roll the
Yeah, we'll
dice
need
and go
motion.
with it.
Say motion up to,
Okay, I make a motion that we trade in 100 for 12M. I may not have this all written down right, so bear with me.
I'll follow you here.
And it's 5,900 hours, warranty's up in February. We'll get an extended warranty at that time, we won't now. And then do a recertified cat rebuild not to exceed 190,000. And my total, what was it, 253,479?
Correct.
Okay, not to exceed that would be my motion. For the purchase of a 12M and a recertified grader.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion for first and a motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All in favor is aye, yep.
And
Motion carried too.
I'll do is I'll get that inspected. I'll get the price put together, then I'll come back and meet with you on the agreed price of whatever under 190.
Okay.
You guys can pick and choose anything over the certified powertrain part you want to add. That's entirely up to
So
you.
we probably should just make a motion on the trade-in. Right?
yeah, I guess if you're gonna come back.
Isn't that a package deal
We
then?
should, no, we don't know exactly what the certified rebuild's
Yeah, you said
gonna be.
up to 190,000, so I don't know how you guys do that, but it'll be 2-3
You
weeks.
can
before I bring
rescind that
back.
motion and do a different one if you want.
Just make a motion on the trade,
Okay,
don't you think? And-
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then make a motion on the rebuild.
When we actually
know
have a
what
final
it
price.
costs. Isn't that what we should do?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
What you're saying, you need to make a motion just on the trade,
the trade.
and then we're gonna have some numbers next meeting to find out what the rebuild costs, what level you wanna go with.
Yep.
So you need to rescind the
okay.
previous.
We will rescind the previous motion.
Second.
Yes, all in favor? Aye.
All right, now,
Now,
Okay, so we're gonna
motion for the trade.
make a motion for the trade of 100 for a 12M. And the difference of that is 62,942, wait.
63,479.
63,479. I still don't know where my number got goofed up. For $63,479 trade.
second.
Okay, first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, motion will carry for the trade.
Next meeting.
28.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, we enjoy working with you.
We need another motion.
Help me get out of here.
Oh, we don't.
I
get the basketball.
Thank you
We'll do the
for
rebuild later.
all of that. That's a lot, that's a lot. Which you guys did a very
For
good
the
job. Thank you for the time to allow us to try to explain it.
Thank you for coming down.
I think,
Oh, that's part of our job.
We can,
yeah. Scott, on the trade, I can go ahead and sign this. Do we need a commissioner to sign on?
Commissioner, or do I need him to sign?
Huh?
Do we need a commissioner sign on that too?
Yeah, you might have Willie sign it
Okay.
And have you already sent a check on the other one?
today.
Did you?
Where do you want me to? Which line?
Yeah, might have went out in the mail.
Okay. If not, I was gonna take it back then.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they just.
Sign right here, yep.
Oh, you got the old knuckle back?
I only ran it twice, 2 8 so 16 hours.
June was a solid grade.
Willie needs to sign.
Yeah, Rance probably gotta go. He must have let Rance go in front.
You want him to sign it too?
Yeah, Willie needs to sign
Yeah,
it
sign it.
down here,
Yeah.
okay.
Probably
Just
did.
at the bottom by the X,
They're in the mail.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you very much.
You bet, thank you guys.
lower right.
I can't,
Drive safe, man.
Thank you.
Way down there, that line there, the very bottom.
Work through this, Brett. Thank you very much.
thanks again.
Thanks.
I'll give you a copy.
Okay.
Okay, thanks again. Thanks.
Thanks, Steve. Have a good day, man. Drive safe on your way back.
Man, my brain's a haze.
Cody has something
Oh.
to ask you.
I completely forgot this.
Thank you.
I was on here earlier. I've been asked by let me get the date right.
There's a business card in there.
The Center of Creativity, there is a lady who wrote a book about the last lynching in Kansas, which obviously they were taken out of the jail here in Cheyenne County. And on Saturday, April 23rd, they're hosting this author. And they were curious about hosting this at the courthouse since that's where the prisoner was taken from. I have no problem either myself or somebody from the sheriff's office being here while they're in here. I just wanted to ask for your guys' permission that they host that author here. It'll be the Historical Society and the Cheyenne County Center of Creativity here. I wanted to get your guys' permission or thoughts on doing that.
If you're gonna be here, then I have no problem,
Nor
or
do I.
somebody from the sheriff's department.
Is that the one where the little girl was stuffed in the hay bale?
What's
Was that the lynching where the little girl was raped and then stuffed in the hay bale? I did a report on that in
And
high
they-
school.
They kidnapped the sheriff and the undersheriff and the county attorney from Cheyenne County and drove them and dumped them off out in Rawlins County and then lynched them. So she wrote a book about it and they thought it'd be kind of neat to meet the author and stuff here at the courthouse.
I'm
If
good.
you guys don't have any problem, I'll let them know that it's okay.
Sounds good, thank
All right,
you.
that's all I had.
Thanks, Cody.
I'm sorry to take your time up. I forgot when we were down here.
No problem.
So, thank you.
See you, bud.
Rance,
We're gonna bump him real quick.
Yep, that's
Okay,
fine.
okay.
Yeah, I talked to him already.
Okay.
How are you guys today?
Well,
busy, huh?
How are you, bud?
Real quick.
we just was showing our stupidity, I think.
Just a few things I
Ruth, how
have.
are you?
Good. Our COVID update, real quick. At this point, County Health has administered 2,494 vaccines. That's as of yesterday.